This is without question one of the coolest movies that you'll ever see. I'm talking about a film from 2021 called Boiling Point. If you're a fan of like The Bear, this is 100% a movie that you need to check out. But I'll get to why it's one of the coolest movies that you'll ever see. If you like these kind of videos, make sure to like and subscribe, but let's talk about Boiling Point. Boiling Point is about head chef Andy Jones, who works at one of the hottest restaurants in London and is currently on one of the busiest nights at the restaurant. They have a surprise visit from a health and safety inspector that puts the entire staff on edge, and Jones, the head chef, really does his best to keep the tension between management and staff at ease, while also catering to the ridiculous demands of the customers. The most fascinating thing about this movie is that it is shot in an entire one take. It's 1 hour and 32 minutes, and the entire movie is done in one continuous take. And no, I'm not talking about like a one continuous take like 1917, for example, in which that movie was shot to look like it was done in one entire take, but in fact, there's actually a lot of hidden edits throughout that movie. No, this movie has 0 edits. It is one entire take of beautiful directing, writing, performances. This movie is a masterpiece. They took 2 days to shoot this movie, and they only had 4 takes, and they ended up using the 3rd take out of the 4 as the final cut of the movie. I'm telling you, this is one of the most impressive things that I've heard about in the filmmaking world. I mean, let alone doing a one take that's like 5 minutes long is really, really, really hard to do. You know how much like training and how much practice you have to put into doing this in one take, 1 hour and a half long take? That is mind-blowing. I can't even wrap my head around how amazing this is, how amazing of an accomplishment this is. This is just perfect execution from everyone's performances, everyone's timing, and it's really mind-boggling to think about how they actually did this. And it's so amazing. Now, the reason that I said if you love The Bear and that you would love this movie if you love The Bear is because they are essentially like the same feeling. They are just in your face the entire time. There's yelling, there's arguing, there's, it has the beautiful art of cooking in it as well, but it's so anxiety inducing and just really gut punches you throughout the entire thing. But also, they share more similarities than just that. In season 1, episode 7 of The Bear, that episode is done in an entire one take, and it really immerses you into the story just like how Boiling Point does. Being able to stay with the characters, stay with the action throughout the entire movie is such a fascinating way of telling a story, especially when you're in the kitchen, because when you're in the kitchen, it is nonstop. You are moving and like to place to position to position like all the time, especially if you're the head chef. When you're the head chef, you are directing the kitchen. You are making sure everything is going out the way it's supposed to. You are dealing with the customers when they have a complaint. It is everything. And especially in Boiling Point, there are so many moments, like I stated, where this head chef is like going through so many issues. Like they have a health inspector, they have horrible customers, they have really, a really argumentative staff. It is so anxiety inducing. And it's so amazing when films do this. I think any one take is done to perfection. I think it takes so much talent. I think it takes so much patience. But it's really such an incredible way to tell a story. Like I said, especially if you're going to be in this confined space throughout the entire thing. And The Bear does it incredibly too, because we are just stuck in this kitchen throughout the entire thing in which everything bad is happening. They're trying to get this restaurant up and going, but they are having so many problems trying to get one thing done so that they can move on to the next. They are working on 3 different problems while trying to work on the main problem. It is so stressful, but so amazing when it comes to the actual like filmmaking aspect of it. I actually loved Boiling Point so much that I got the collector's edition, which is just it's awesome. But this movie is so incredible for anyone that wants to become a filmmaker. This is a movie that you should watch and study. It's magnificent. I mean, not only is it beautifully shot because, it has, it's done in one continuous take. That's already impressive in itself. But the story is just amazing too, because you're following this one person throughout the entire thing. You're following their hardships, their problems, their personal life. It's done so beautifully to really grasp the concept of what it's like being a chef. Now, giving some praise to the cast because they all do fantastic in this movie. Like I said, even just the background characters, like the customers or whatever, they're all amazing. When it comes to the anger in the customers, like there's this one customer that's just constantly complaining about his food and about the staff, like borderline a racist, and the performances are so incredible. And I think when it comes to the main actor of the movie, I think Stephen Graham, or Stephen Graham, I think Stephen Graham is how his name's pronounced. Holy moly, so good. I think he's a very underrated actor to begin with, and he doesn't pop up in a lot of like Hollywood films, but he is fantastic in this movie. Also, there's proof in the sauce, no pun intended, that it doesn't take a big budget to make a masterpiece. This movie worked on an $820,000 budget, which, yeah, that sounds like a big number, but compared to a lot of other movies that have, $100 million budgets and they're horrible, it's so unfortunate that Hollywood just does not give chances to these kind of movies. They are really just trying to work with a formula rather than actually give out fantastic movies. And I think Boiling Point is easily one of the most magnificent works of art to come out in recent years. I think it is definitely one of the most fascinating and jarring portrayals of a kitchen that we've seen ever. I think it's right next to The Bear. But this was so amazing. And I want more people to go watch it. This is my recommendation for this movie because Boiling Point is such a fantastic movie. I will say it again. This is a fantastic movie. Even down to the title of the movie, Boiling Point. I don't think there could have been a better title for this movie because the boiling point is the temperature at which water begins to boil and turn to vapor. That is essentially exactly what this movie is. We start off pretty calm, and then over time, it just erupts, and we are at the boiling point. Everything is starting to just vapor away, and it's starting to bubble. It's really starting to get tense, and that's like, I don't know if there's like, this movie's perfect. I love this movie so much. But anyways, that'll bring us to the end of my movie recommendation for Boiling Point. I highly recommend you watch this. It is rated R for a lot of language, but that's essentially the only reason why it's rated R. So, if you are going into filmmaking or if you want to be a chef or whatever, watch this movie. It's fantastic, but that'll bring us to the end of the video. But like I said near the beginning of the video, if you haven't liked and subscribed and you like these kind of videos, what are you doing? Make sure to like and subscribe if you like these kind of videos because there will definitely be more recommendations like this for you to watch. But anyways, that'll bring it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end. I appreciate every single one of you. And remember, your movie moment is right around the corner. See you in the next video.